Hi, everyone. Welcome. You're watching Conversations with Nia. I'm your host, Nia Blackamuzi, and I'm super excited to be here with you guys again another Saturday here Central Time, 1:30 p.m. So you guys, I am super excited for today's conversation, right? In America here, being an entrepreneur is a big deal. Almost everyone I know is an entrepreneur. A lot of Black women are really in this space right now, and they're very successful. But have you ever thought about what entrepreneurship in other countries is like? In Nigeria, in Africa, in Australia, like what is entrepreneurship like? Especially in Africa, especially in Nigeria. What are the challenges? What is the good? What is the bad? What is the ugly truth that everybody needs to hear? I have gathered this amazing panel. I'm so excited. I have some powerful people here, you guys. When I mean powerful, not only in what they do, but who they are as people. So panelists, I'm so excited to have you guys here to talk about entrepreneurship in Nigeria, the good, the bad, the ugly. Panelists, please introduce yourself to everyone watching so we can get to know you and know what you do.
So hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Hello, Nai. I'm Timi Olagunju. I'm a lawyer, particularly emphatically in the area of tech and startup advisory. I'm a policy consultant, and to a large extent, I've had the privilege of two folds in the entrepreneurship space, which is one, I'm starting up a consulting firm that caters to the tech and startup community, both at the government and the private sector level, and also a firm that caters to the policy consulting aspect. And then secondly, the privilege of also being on board several startups and seeing firsthand how the entire tech startup space is from ground up, as it were. So it's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for having me.
Welcome, Timmy. I'm so excited to meet you. Mercy?
Excited too.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Ebu Mercy. I'm a model, a host, a vlogger for QM Chronicles, and the brain behind QM Footprints. We're actually mostly into building people's capacity. It's a skill acquisition academy where we try to build young minds, making them know that you really don't have to depend on the government or depend on family, or be it as it may, just to be who you want to be. So we train people on skill like shoemaking, makeup artistry, photography, even talent and brand management. In the case where you probably have a passion for something we don't train, we give you the nitty-gritties on how to go about them, how to boost yourself, how to bring yourself out there, how to be that entrepreneur you really want people to envy, and not just hearing about them. So the slogan has always been for us, be you, do you, for you. It's just you being who you are and making sure you're of value to the society you belong to. So that's really all QM Footprint stands for. And I would really want to say it's a privilege to be on this very show. Thank you so much, Leah, and I hope to have a good time with you all.
Mercy, I'm super honored to have you. So for those watching, we have a lot of people watching right now. We have people watching on Facebook, on YouTube. If you like what you see, please share it. Like you guys know, I always say, let's have a community conversation. Before Stephen introduces himself, Mercy, tell us, QM, what does QM mean? People need to know.
Actually, QM stands for Queen Mercy. I'm an ex-beauty queen. Handed over, I think, 3 years back, 2018. So since then, it's been Queen Mercy, Queen Mercy. So we coined it to QM because it's a huge family. We have the QM palm oil, where we kind of we try to make sure this palm oil gets to every household and make sure it's like healthy for cooking, not just anything you see in the market. And there's just a whole lot with it. So expect a lot from QM. QM is actually a brand to look out for. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Okay, Stephen.
Okay, my name is Stephen Oguntoyibo, a servant to the people, and also a development media consultant. Also specialize on brand media consulting, digital storytelling, and also But I focus more on carving a niche around development media consulting. And also for now, I focus more on digital storytelling. And that's exactly one of those things I do. I train, I teach, I build capacity. I'm into photography, I'm into filmmaking, I'm into quite a lot of things. I'm a jack of all trades.
You guys know Steven is really a jack of all trades. Okay, and one word that Steven always uses that I like is storytelling. Every other word Steven says is storytelling. Digital storytelling, media storytelling, everything is storytelling. Steven, I'm so excited to have you. And then last but not least, Peace, introduce yourselves.
Hi everyone, good evening. My name is Peace Badin, and I am a makeup artist and a beauty consultant as well, based in Lagos, Nigeria. And basically, and I'm also a photographer, so I take pictures. I love taking pictures. So I've been a makeup artist for 7 years now.
Wow.
I'm counting, actually. Yes. I'm actually proud to say that I've done hundreds of rides, and
Peace, did we lose you? So as you guys know, we're connecting across like literally our continent. I'm in the US here, Houston, Texas. My guests are in New York and Nigeria. So of course we're going to have technical difficulty, guys. Are you back, Peace? No, she's not. She was being. Are you there? Okay, so she's going to reconnect. Peace was being a little more
out there.
Okay, so we're gonna give her some time to like come back. So Peace was being very modest. Peace is actually a celebrity makeup artist, and if you're based in Nigeria, you should know her. She's done a lot of oh, there she is. Peace.
Hi, sorry, I'm so sorry. My internet was bad. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, girl. Okay. Keep going. I'm over here acting you up.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, like I was saying, I've been a makeup artist for 7 years, and makeup has always been my passion. And I've trained quite a number of ladies out there and guys that are makeup artists as well. And I'm always excited to talk to youth about how to be an entrepreneur, to be honest. So when I got a call for this, I was really excited. I'm like, yes, this is actually another opportunity to talk to someone, to encourage someone, to boost what's it called? Your strength, let you know that yes, you can do it. You can actually be an entrepreneur and do so well. Yeah. So and secondly, we have another store. Apart from being a makeup artist, I also have another what's it called? I'm actually a co-owner of another branch of makeup. That's the Beauty Essential Store. So what we do is we sell everything makeup products. All the makeup products you can think of. Yes, so we have them all in stock. And a whole lot. We do like you said, jack of all trades. I think I am a jack of all trades as well.
You guys, we have some amazing, powerful people on. Peace. I'm so blessed to have you. Like I was saying, she's being very like, oh my God. She and Mercy are being like, oh, we're nothing big. No, these girls are powerhouses. Okay, Peace has done makeup for a lot of the celebrities that I know and follow in Nigeria. Panel, welcome. I am super honored to have you again. So my first question to you guys are all entrepreneurs. You're very, successful in your space. What has the journey been like? How did you become an entrepreneur? What's your story? What inspired you? How did you become this person? Anyone can go.
Okay.
For me, maybe I should just come in here. How I actually dabbled into the entrepreneurship journey. Basically, I think for most people who I feel should be your calling, it should be out of the need to want to be more. You just see yourself, you tell yourself there's a lot more you can offer. It's normal for, especially in the African setting, for a society like, for a country like Nigeria, you come out there and you say you want to do this thing, and someone is looking at you. Let's just take a fashion designer as an example, and you say you want to go into something that the whole world's going to admire and all, and somebody's looking at you and telling you, do you think you can be like, what do I call, like, I'm trying to think of some very popular designer, let's say Chanel or something. Do you think you can be as popular as that kind of a person? But within you, you have more to offer. The way you're being seen is not really who you are. And you just want to find that best way or that niche to carve out that interest you have and tell them, I do have more to offer, that people will look at and say, oh, this is Mercy. This is not somebody else, or this is not looking like this person. I think that's where the entrepreneurship spirit comes in. It just has to be something, if it must blossom, it has to be something that comes from within, something that has to be you showcasing the fact that you have more to offer, you have value to give, or solutions to people's needs. That's more like it, and impact that particular environment.
That's amazing. Yeah. Mercy, that makes sense. I want to hear from Timmy. Timmy, do you also feel the same way? Timmy, are you with us? Can you hear me? So is that how you came to be? You felt like you have more to offer the world and you wanted to give more to people and inspire people?
Well, the interesting thing about entrepreneurship is that the story of an entrepreneur is unique to the DNA of that person's journey, So that uniqueness is what spans into each entrepreneur. And for me, the DNA of my journey, borrowing my brother's story, I started as young as say 10 years. I was coerced into becoming an entrepreneur, because of the circumstances. At that time, things were not looking too good for the family. And at that time, responsibility of catering for the family. She didn't have much. So at 10, I spoke to my mom about the possibility of we starting a business. A fruits packaging business. And I was quite active in the businesses. Along itself is now a chain of stores called Stores. However, personally, hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
We're here. We're good. We can hear you. Timmy, are you there? Are you there?
I have a personal. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, Stephen Oguntoyin, but you want to go ahead and just let us know your journey, how you became an entrepreneur before Timmy joins back in?
Okay, like it's I call it a super story. When you talk about entrepreneurship, when I hear people today say I'm an entrepreneur, and the question is, how many of you have seen the pros and cons? Some people just dive into entrepreneurship because by circumstance. And my friend is doing makeup. I've seen frustrated makeup artists everywhere in Nigeria. Everybody carrying box up and down because it's an escape route for a lot of graduates who do not see jobs. I see quite a number of them, and I speak to a lot of people who also dive into photography. I have this Baba Oga, wait, let me take you. All those kind of photographers, and. But for me, we sometimes a lot of people do not dive in. And like I said to makeup artists when I had the time to speak to them at events or at programs, and I said to them, most of you dive into because of frustration. And I met a lady who told me one time that, I'm a master degree holder. And I said, you're doing makeup. Oh, okay, that's good. That's the better escape route for most of the ladies right now. But how did I even dive into it? Most of the time, like some years back, I'm a realistic speaker. So I dived into it out of the passion, because I remember that towards which Timmy will also believe me, and I was doing everything free. It was pro bono. People call me, come and take pictures. I'm there to take pictures because out of the passion. And but sometimes, I could define, and this is also like I could define the passion, and everybody that you see today who are making headway in the area of their work, on the area of their field, are people who have sacrificed a lot in that field. in
Wow.
terms of when they sacrifice a lot, they could find a passion. The passion is there. But most of the people who are successful today at their earlier stage did not discover the value of the passion. And they were just doing it pro bono basis. Oh, I just need a record. I just need the record. I just need the do you understand what I'm saying? I just need the record. I just need experience, to gather experience. At the time, we were volunteering. We were volunteering with TV stations, we were volunteering with radio stations. And at the time, I felt like, young man, you need to start commercializing this. And at the time of my life that I discovered that I need to start commercializing it, and I knew, and I have a bad, poor negotiating skills. So something that I would have worth me like 100,000 naira, I was charging maybe 5,000 naira. And at the time when I had to ask myself a question, and I discovered that, see, come, this thing is fetching a lot of people money who are not even up to your level. Young man, you need to start billing people. You understand? And I discovered that, see, this is a gift. This is a gift. As the Bible says that the gift of a man will make way for him. And at the first stage, volunteering was paving way for me in the development sector. And the first thing I need to do, and which entrepreneurs do not know, is carving a niche for yourself in the industry. So people call themselves makeup photographers. People call themselves this. So and I asked myself a question: what can I do differently from any other person? I was doing development media consulting. I carved it to call development media consulting because I felt like in the development sector, which is the NGOs field, there were not people specifically focusing on the key area of community reporting, child's rights reporting, women, youth and leadership reporting. So I carved the need for that. And I was working with the British Council, working with the UNICEF, working with the United Nations, reporting programs everywhere. But after it, how do I start making money? When I begin to also analyze, there's something different in what I'm doing. And I was billing. And I was so comfortable in billing, and I built, but we suffer. It was not this. I'm
going to come back to you, but before I go to you, Peace, there's a lot of comments because Stephen, we felt like you're throwing shades at makeup artists, and Peace, I want to hear you comment on throwing shades, but we'll come back to that because that's like
I was coming for him. I was really coming for him.
Someone said, Uche said, Stevie, okay, like we are coming for you. Stevie already. Then Dori said makeup artist is a gift also. Peace, can you respond to this shade and then go back to
I'm actually waiting. I was gonna come for him. I was really gonna come.
Go ahead.
Okay, let me give you an instance. You know how I was often asked this question. You know how you tell someone that, oh, I'm a makeup artist, and they'd be like, is that just what you do? They'll be like, okay, is that it? Is that your side job? So I realized that makeup artistry has been underrated for so long.
Wow.
They feel like, oh, makeup artistry is not a full, it shouldn't be someone's full-time job. And I feel like makeup is a gift. It's a very passionate job.
That's right.
So I know a lot of there's so many passionate makeup artists out there, and of course some are just there for, oh, I don't have a job, let me just go and learn makeup and start. I guess maybe that was what he was referring to.
Right.
But still, some of them that start that way, they just they went to learn and they started makeup. But at the end of the day, even if they were not passionate at the beginning, but some of them become passionate at the end. As they learn, they get passionate about it and they will do so well. But the thing is, makeup has actually paved way for so many women, so many ladies.
Yes.
Ladies have built houses, they've done so much. So whenever someone will be like, oh, why is it just makeup alone? And I'm like, this makeup has created jobs for people under me. I've employed people, I pay salaries, I have staff. Do you understand what I mean? So, and there's money in the industry.
Yes.
Because weddings, there are so many events every day. People need someone to do their makeup. Do you understand what I mean? Exactly. So if a lot of people have left their 9-to-5 jobs, a lot of people that I know of left their 9-to-5 jobs to come into the makeup industry. And a lot of them that I know are not regretting it.
Yes.
The ones that I know of are not regretting it. They are actually happy they did. Because if your 9-to-5 job is paying you 400,000, or let's say 400,000 a month, trust me, on a good weekend, you make way more than 400,000 as a makeup artist.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I never said that makeup artist is
So
not. I have
it is not an escape. No, you said it was an escape. It is not an escape
a lot of young
for women.
people, for a lot of young
It is
ladies that
not.
I've seen, and I've come. I have a lot of friends who are doing makeup. Who are making. I know a lady who has like 3 cars now from makeup.
Yes.
So I have seen a lot of ladies who have even in photography. You know, I see people who come out, let me come and throw shade at photographers too. You know, I've seen a lot of frustrated young people who dived into photography because I can afford a camera. And they cannot define what particular thing, what particular sector they want to go. Now we have burial photographer. Now we have just portrait photographers. We have Shola Animasha. We have, I work with photographers a lot, and I'm into photography. And most of them could not define exactly what particular focus area. You know, at first, you have to do jack of all trade. Later, you have to now focus on which of the specific area you are diving into. Now we now have burial makeup artists.
Stevie, hold on. Can I come in a little bit? You're really bringing the heat and the fire. Okay. So this is my question to Timmy, Mercy, and you, Peace. Would you say like this is one of the biggest challenges about being an entrepreneur, that people undermine what you're doing, especially like if it's not the same as being a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, those professional corporate jobs? Would you say like this is a big challenge in Nigeria? People undermine your artistry, undermine what you're doing. And Stephen, I know you're not undermining. You're saying that people haven't fully defined what aspect of that broad scope they want to go into. So I get it. But for you, Peace, Mercy, and Timmy, would this be one of the challenges that people face as entrepreneurs in Nigeria, being undermined? Okay, I think so. Mercy, you can go ahead. Yeah, and then Timmy, I want to hear from you.
I want to just step in with something Steven said I'm a bit interested in. When he was giving his intro, he talked about starting up with a passion, which I really completely agreed with.
Okay.
And he went to the point where he said he had to do a lot of free jobs before he got to the point where he had to start charging. And at some point, he was charging something of 5K or about 100K. I think we have a lot of, I just want to just clear up something little. Coming back to it, I'm still going to link it with your choice of interest being undermined. Now, I think we have enough of, should I say, motivational speakers coming from the angle of you really have to do, you might find yourself doing a lot of free jobs, just learn. People will tell you, just learn, go and do it for free. You don't even have the stand, you don't have this. But I still feel the days are advancing. The world is growing. You're getting to a point where with proper planning, you go for the right training. If I tell myself that, okay, I want to go into makeup artistry, and I bring out like 120,000 naira to go learn it from some Tara or probably from Peace that I know right now to perfect my skills, and I have to open something for myself. I wouldn't, because I'm at a better position with a better knowledge, I could actually start off with a very good price, like charge somebody and the value is brought out there to the table and paid for. So I feel like that's that part where you really have to, entrepreneurship of today, with proper planning, with the right information, with your right sector. He was very right when he said during the period of doing a lot of free jobs, he was able to open his customer base, something of that nature. True, he does. And even when you're a professional and you go into what you enjoy doing, and you try to charge people at a very affordable stage, you know you're just starting. You can't start charging as a makeup artistry for 100,000 what you get somebody charged for 10 or 20,000. You bring it down. But the point is you are being paid for it. So going into entrepreneurship should be the purpose of you making a living from it. It might not be as big. People grow. So there is growth in entrepreneurship itself. So coming to your field being undermined, it's a very normal thing, not even just with makeup. It has to do with, right now, it depends on who is doing this thing. How did you start it up? People are always going to talk down on whatever you want to do. Let me use an example. When I told myself I wanted to start selling palm oil, somebody looked at me and told me, wait, after all your BSc, without everything you've done and your experience, you want to come out and sell palm oil. Don't just do that and don't let us hear it. But I just thought of it and I sat down and I told myself, what if I sit on my bed day? I've carried out all my analysis. I've gone for the required registration. Everything needed for it to be put out there to the market is okay. And I tell myself on my birthday, oh, I want to release this is how I want to celebrate my birthday. I want everybody to appreciate me with this particular product. I want everybody to put this out there and say, oh, this is now out into the world for this.
Right.
And when I did that, everybody was like, wow, amazing. I can't believe, look at how fine she is. But yet, she's selling her palm oil with pride. For crying out loud, like on a normal, somebody would have just told you, why is Mercy selling palm oil when she's better than that?
You know,
this is me putting it out there.
You know,
so being on the mind is something you would always get.
Okay.
Yeah.
The determination and the planning has to come in.
I want to say this, and when Mercy says about selling palm oil, you guys, she's not carrying palm oil on her head and selling it on the streets, right? She's not hawking. She literally has this oil in stores. Like in America, how we have oil, different kind of oil, cannoli oil, is that what it's called? Oil is in supermarkets. It's really a big deal. Okay, so we lost Steven, but he's back on. So, Peace, do you agree with Mercy? Like being on the mind as an entrepreneur is like basic. It's the norm. Whatever you do, makeup, anything, as long as you're an entrepreneur and it's different from the status quo, you will be on the mind.
Of course. But I think I mentioned it earlier when I had some people back then asking me, oh, why makeup alone? Like, whenever you be like, I'm a makeup artist, they'll be like, and what? Like, just makeup? So makeup was just makeup. So that was supposed to be, according to them, that was supposed to be like a side job, not. So, and I was like, makeup is my full-time job.
Wow.
Just the way we have doctors, we have lawyers, we have pilots. So this is my own field. I'm a beauty consultant. I'm a makeup artist. This is my full-time job. I have other things going on, but this is actually like my full-time thing.
Yeah.
So a lot of people but I don't think people.
I think we lost, are you guys there? Everyone, okay, we lost Peace again. So Timmy, what about you? Do you want to add on before we get Peace again? What kind of, do you think this is a regular challenge being on the mind as an entrepreneur? Your mic is mute, Timmy.
Okay. Primarily speaking, I think generally we need to get the perspective right, which is that you're generally on the mind based on your perceived monetary value.
Wow, deep. Put down, you guys.
Right. So, in other words, around having arrived. So, and an entrepreneur has to first start small before growing. That's the reality. But because there is a general psyche around trying to get to the end from the beginning, because of that psyche, people start to evaluate the entrepreneur, not necessarily by what the person is doing. So you could be selling palm oil. If people see that your palm oil is bringing money and you're living the life, in quotes, and you're showing off that you're living the life, people will not necessarily undermine what you do. So the psyche basically is about the psyche of not understanding the process of entrepreneurship, which is that before you become the big player, you must be a startup. Before you become a startup, you must be an upstart. And I think that is the general psyche that we need to deal with, basically. And that's the challenge that all entrepreneurs, whether you are running a consulting firm or you're selling fantastic palm oil or you are into makeup or you are into storytelling, as long as you don't seem like you are hammered, you will continually be on the mind. That is the challenge that entrepreneurs face.
Powerful. You know what? Thank you for sharing that. Are you guys, those watching, are you like hearing this? This is like some good things. So, Steven, I want to come back to what you said about you were working for free, then you started to charge. So as an entrepreneur, and for those that are up and coming, how do you know when it's time to charge for your value and your worth? And I think, Mercy, you said something like, you don't just charge big amount right away, you wait to grow. But Steven, when do you know, okay, this is the time for me to start charging my worth and stop doing free jobs?
Okay, for me, I remember those days when I was doing free jobs, and I have to ask questions. So, there are times when you have to be an apprenticeship. Igbo boy, you say you become Oga boy. When you get to a time, you do freedom. You become a boss of your own. And there's always a freedom time. when you know that, this is a time of liberation. I can't be doing this free of charge. You know, I always say to people who say, all these motivational speakers that say, okay, serve. You know, you have to pass through leadership. No, you have to pass through this and this and this. And I tell them it is not as easy. I can't go to a filling station and I tell them, I remember, okay, let me give you an example. I was working for a church and they have this, you know, helping them set up their live streaming. And this will sound as a devil's advocate for me. And you continue to help them. And they say, God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. You know, I went first Sunday, set up their radio station, online radio station, set up their live streaming video and everything. Second week, third week, first month, second month. The third month, I told the pastor, I said, see, come, I am not going to take God bless you to the filling station. I'm driving all the way from where I live to come. And it got to a time one day that they were supposed to pay me. I know this is my freedom time. You know, this is like my freedom time. And I remember.
Stevie, are you there? We lost you. You are really hammering it. Your mic is mute.
And I remember that I was supposed to, they were supposed to pay me. And I remember that they were giving me stories that touch. And I went to the console. I removed the cable of the console. And I said, if you don't pay me, the church will not move forward. Because it's the truth. And I tell them, don't let us stand as bring the spiritual myopic sentiment. Oh, it's the work of God. Even the work of God needs fueling of money.
Exactly.
You collect that. I saw you collect that and not the first time, second time, third time, fourth time, and you don't want to pay me my money. And I removed the console. I removed the wire, the cable of the console. I say, if you don't pay me the money, the church is not going to move forward. And that's the truth. You know, you get to a time where you feel like, no, these people are using you. You will get to a time that you feel used, even when you're serving people. Forget all this motivational speaker yarning dust. You know, for me, the truth is, you know, it's a realistic point. For me, there's no work, there is no pay. You know, there's no work. Okay, something happened to me here in the US. I was working for someone, and you know, the first week it was getting to someone. The third week is getting to someone. I just put out my laptop and I sent him an email yesterday, Baba, you know, I'm spending hard money to take a train, because you get to a time that you feel, you yourself, your conscience, you feel like you're training, yes. You feel used, that these people are just using my intellect. You are getting results, you know, even as a volunteer, when you're getting results, you should pay honorarium to these people. Even pastors that go to preach the word of God, they give them honorarium to come. So the truth about it is just like, there will be a time that you yourself, even the person that that's training you knows that, or you're getting learning from, knows that, say, come, you know, I need to pay this person. Exactly. And sometimes when you find entrepreneurs, when you find young people that go, come and volunteer, you know, but sometimes young people do not even believe in volunteerism in Nigeria. If you ask them, come and learn and come and do this, they'll ask you, where's the money for transport? And Timmy can bear me witness on this. Even people who come to learn trade from you, you ask for transport fare, you know. So the truth about it is, for me, is when it gets to the time of charging, is for me, it got to a time that I told one of the clients I was working for, I say, henceforth from next month, this is how much I'm charging. The guy looked at me and said, okay, I even sent him an email. Sometimes when you're not confrontational, I send them an email. You know, he meets them unaware and says, see, come, this guy had known the value of what he's giving to me. Right. Because you see the value, you see the end product of the value. You should pay for the value of what I'm giving to you. You know, my time is not for free. So the truth about it, you get to a time when you even charge higher. You know, I remember that I sat down when I was doing my live streaming. The first time I collected $1 million was I sat down at the reception where we were negotiating the price to charge South African Commerce of Chambers to stream their events. And I sat down at the reception and I saw a young man that was presenting, what do they call that thing? You know, you have to do presentation before all the vendors who have to do vendor presentation. Right. And I had in mind to charge only 300,000 naira for my live stream. And I remember, and I just heard the guy charging them 5 million naira. And I said, 5 million naira for live stream, something that I'm doing for only 300,000 naira. Inside of me, I dragged my laptop out. I put 2.5 million naira there. And I went there and I heard what the guy said, that they were going for only 1 day live streaming. You want to charge 5 million naira, you want to develop a website. I said, Baba, you don't need a website. I will give you 20 bloggers that will embed the embedded code on their site. Also learn to also use technical language when you're speaking to your vendors so that you will do bamboos for them. I say embedded code only costs 500,000 naira. They don't know what embedded code is. Embedded code that is free. So the truth about it is also know how to learn your pros and cons and your technical language of what you're doing.
Awesome.
And at the end of the day, I work out of that place with 1.5 million naira.
Wow.
And that day was the day I went to price a car. Immediately, a car followed me home that day. The truth about it is, you'll get to a time that you also need to weigh from other people, weigh the options of how many vendors. You also need to be familiar with other people in the industry.
Because I want other people to speak. I want to hear from other people. But this is you. Mercy, hold that thought. I want to read some comment. I'll come back to you and Timmy. So Peace is actually trying to come back on. She's having technical difficulty, but she is going to come back on. So some of the comments that are coming in are just amazing. So we have Blessing Belong. Is that it? She said, focus is key in entrepreneurship. Doyin said, ladies, own your hustle. Make money while they undermine you. You will hire them soon. Okay, preach. Uche said, Stephen is just passing his message in a tough way. In summary, he's saying, make sure you learn the skill and it properly before embarking on the journey, right? So a lot of comments are really coming in. I'm super excited. Odoyi said this. She said, I have sold pepper in America. I don't care. I'm your favorite pepper personal seller. This is when I was talking about Mercy and palm oil selling. So Linda Rose said, Stephen, I am rolling here. You're making it real, right? You're making it real. A lot of people are loving this topic, and this is good. Mercy, you had a comment to add on, if I'm not mistaken. You wanted to add on to what Stephen said.
Yeah, you were like, when do you put a price to the skill you?
Yes.
Everything Stephen said, there was one sentence he made: no work, no pay. It's that simple. I said before, and I'm of the thought that you don't have a skill and you put it out for free. Now, you see that stage where you have to do a lot of free things, free shows, go on the runway for free, and think of it, my dear. The moment you've learned the skill, like Uche rightly said, when you go for a skill, you're putting your heart to it. If you're not ready for it, what are you doing there? So by the time you learn that skill and you tell yourself, Lord, I'm done with this, I want to go into the market, you should move in with faith. You should move in with your price. You should even move in with so much confidence to know how to sell that. And I would want to chip in something here. If you're not good in using social media, or you don't have a very recent marketing skill to go about whatever you find the passion in, I think you're still like 100 years backwards. So when it comes to where to put a price on it, put a price on it the very moment you decide to go out into the market. That's the thought I have about it.
Well said. So Stephen,
put a price to whatever you do. I don't think you have to work. So you avoid the period where you have to work and they tell you, God bless you.
Awesome. Mercy, thank you. And I want to apologize, panelists, if you feel like I'm cutting you.
Hi guys, I'm so sorry. My internet is just immense.
It's okay, please, you're fine. Stephen took a chunk of our time, so I'm trying to, I should have cut him since from the beginning, but he made some good points. Timmy, I want to hear from you. Like, when do we start putting a price on our work and our value? And then you can go ahead and I can dive right into other things.
Well, from my personal journey of entrepreneurship and the fact that I've had privilege of being on board of several startups, I can say that the truth about it is that it's a journey. Understanding that it's a journey is important to that reality. Because like she mentioned, Mercy mentioned, there's a journey where what you do for free will not bring you a fee. And there's a time where what you do for free later brings you a fee. Now, the journey between, or the intersection, or the equilibrium point, or the point between free and fee is that point where you develop what you call skill. And that is the key thing, because, talking about makeup artistry for me, observing that space is beyond just making up and trying to make people look beautiful. To get into the real entrepreneurship of makeup artistry, you might have to be looking at aspects of manufacturing. For example, how can your own line of makeup be produced? That's how an entrepreneur thinks. Because we see a lot of people who are sole proprietors, who claim to be entrepreneurs, but they are just hustlers. And I think that's where Stephen is trying to draw the dichotomy, the importance of the intersection between free and fee skill, understanding that it is a journey, understanding that between that intersection, it's important to understand structure. You cannot, people won't take you seriously when you send them an invoice. And so these are important structures that you need to know. When someone consults you and you say, look, this is my invoice, and the person sees perhaps a business or a company account, they might take you seriously in negotiating a fee than if you are using your personal account. And look, wisdom is profitable to direct.
Yes.
Right? And so the place of wisdom, lastly, is the fact that you do not have to act like you are the CEO of the company. You can call yourself head of client services and that I have an order at the top, but you know that you are the CEO and the executive director. The idea behind that is because of the psyche of the Nigerian mind. When they see a young person in business, they feel that, oh, this person has to pay, you must pay your dues. Let's get our free service. But when you do not act like you are in charge, like you're reporting to someone, you have the capacity to be able to charge a better fee than when you act like.
Timmy, we're losing you again. So I'm just gonna, are you there, Timmy? So we're losing Timmy. When you come back, I really love your point. But for Mercy, oh, Peace is here. Peace, can you hear us? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay, perfect. I want to ask you, so we're speaking now about charging your worth and all that fun stuff. And I think one of the challenge I've heard from people in Nigeria is that most times people don't want to pay you because like Timmy said, you haven't worked hard enough, or you need to pay your dues. As a makeup artist, have you had cases where people don't want to pay you? Like you do celebrity makeup and they don't want to pay you. Maybe in the beginning, they're like, I'm not going to pay you that amount, whatever. Me giving you exposure is payment. Have you had that situation happen, Peace?
Yeah. A lot of times, like so many times. So when I was still upcoming and like I always hear that, I mean, you're just an upcoming makeup artist, so why do you expect payment? Don't worry, we'll tag you. So that's always the case. We're going to tag you, we'll give you exposure, don't worry, we'll introduce you to people. At the end of the day, you don't get anything from them. And that's it. So to be honest, I didn't do that for long. I didn't do that free thing for long at all. So when I was like coming up, I was always excited, oh, celebrity, yes, I want to go to celebrities makeup.
Yeah.
Hoping that, I was going to get so much exposure from there and a lot of clients from there. But at the end of the day, I realized that it wasn't helping because it didn't make a difference for me, to be honest. Then that was what I realized that. So I guess my own case was different because at the end of the day, they will tag you, some might not tag you. So I now realized that, I think I have to start charging these people. So the point where I started charging, some of them were like, no. So we actually thought it was going to be they call it collaboration, not like a free thing. They'd be like, oh yeah, that's the word.
Okay, we lost Peace again. Mercy, I want to come to you as well, right? What would you say it's like being an entrepreneur overall in Nigeria? Like, would you say it's difficult? Would you say it's like overall? How would you rate it?
But it is difficult. I'm not just going to say, it is difficult. Difficult is the word, but it depends on how we see it. Sometimes those difficulties could be your step to getting to where you want to be. Sometimes you pray for it to be difficult because that's when you prove to people that I'm actually better than this. Bring it on and we're out there. So I think being an entrepreneur, like Steven said earlier at the beginning, some people dabbled into it. They didn't really have that, no flair. Some people have difficulties, found themselves doing that, and before you know it, they die off. Today, almost everybody's an entrepreneur. If you open your WhatsApp status and you don't have people selling clothes or shoes or bags, something is wrong with that person. In Nigeria, I don't know, but something might be wrong with your contact. You really need to work. I'm telling you. So almost everybody, in fact, it's as terrible as almost everybody's a CEO. Once I start doing makeup now, my name is Mercy's Makeup Studio. I'm a CEO. It is that serious. So the truth is, people don't really look at that part where you need to align with your purpose, or you need to align with this thing you're doing. Because entrepreneurship itself comes with its spirit. But people think you just wake up one day and you want to do this thing and you fall tomorrow. So it is difficult. It's a step one has to be ready for. If you think you want to just joke about it, you could try and fall and stand and fall and stand. People like, she said something that actually got to me when she was talking about not doing free makeup for too long. Did you realize that was her decision? She stepped into that shoes and now she was able to stop and continue. But some people will be like, oh, if I stop now, they won't come back to me. And they stay stuck there.
Wow.
Doing it for free. So somebody said on the comment section, once the focus is there, it becomes an easy journey. Exactly. So I think it has to do with the focus, because that leads you on to every other ingredient you might need to progress in it. So it feels difficult, but it's a journey that anyone who wants to discover themselves should actually die to find themselves in.
You know, I feel like you, Mercy, you and, we lost Peace again. I was going to ask Peace this question. I feel like you and Peace most likely have gone through this. You know, you kind of mentioned it, like being a woman, you know, the gender difficulties in Nigeria is it's just crazy. But would you say there are times when, and Peace, I want to hear from you. Have there been times where you have male business partners, right? You want to do business with them, but because they're a woman, they want to come to you for like, you know, pleasure or for other reasons. Have you guys had those experiences? Like even you, Mercy, you having like an oil business and having this, have you had those problems with a lot of men in Nigeria treating you as more of their possession? And how can you be a woman running a business? What kind of challenges do you guys face as women?
Oh, well. This happens.
We're going in.
I'm actually laughing because like I've faced a lot of this kind of challenges, a whole lot, to be honest.
Wow.
Especially because the thing is, sometimes you get to do like male makeup,
Okay.
Yeah. For men. Photography, music videos, yes. And it is so annoying when these men want to take advantage of you. Like, oh, you're just a makeup artist in my makeup, and some of them will want to even touch you. They go that far.
Wow.
Yes. So the truth is, I don't take it. Like, I stop it right there. Right there. So it's actually a very huge challenge. But the thing is, it's actually the way you carry yourself as a female entrepreneur, to be honest. It's how you carry yourself. Because if you face that male client of yours and make them understand that I am not those girls that you play with, I am not. So there's a way you can actually stand up
to them. Wow, that's powerful.
And that would never repeat itself. So I'm just a testimony because it has happened to me, and this was how I dealt with it. Yes. So it's just you standing up like, oh, you don't do this with me. You don't do this with me. I'm here for business, strictly business. This is not a pleasure thing. It's not a pleasure game. So it's business. Okay, so that's just it. And I feel like people will actually address you how you carry yourself. So if you are an upcoming makeup artist and you're just you're so slack, like everything, like, it's fine.
Right. We lost
Peace. Okay.
Point. Yeah. Mercy, you want to comment? Have you had those experiences? Tell us stories. We want to hear stories of those experiences.
What if I tell you that I've actually sold my cartons of palm oil with someone, and I just said, oh, hey, who are you? I don't even know you from Adam. And I'm like, this is the cost. Okay, and you want to start the conversation. And I'm like, oh, can we get done with this so that we could probably just talk and I get to somewhere else? And I tell you, oh, do the transfer first. And when you do that transfer and you want to continue the hello, and I tell you, can I run off? You will meet them. You definitely will meet them. But how smart are you to deal with conditions like that? You really don't need every client you get. That's the truth. And that's one thing entrepreneurs need to learn. Everybody's not your customer.
Wow.
And if somebody's coming for something else, the truth is, for we female entrepreneurs, there are some businesses you go into. Some people patronize you just because they want to get close to you. Some people patronize you just because they want to say that I've met Mercy, or I talked to Mercy, or I have a number, something like that. Some people do it for stupid reasons too. They do. But the point is, everybody is not your customer. You should know your customer.
Wow.
There are challenges where the male counterpart shows up and you really see a lot of interest in it, and it's actually very harmless. And you wouldn't believe it. It looks scary, but you just have to trust yourself in it. So those challenges are there. You would always, as a female entrepreneur, you always face it. When you talk about undermining entrepreneurs, for me, I'm not trying to be gender defensive, but trust me, I really believe the females get it more.
So how did you handle those situations then? You know, when you were put in the space where a guy saying he's coming to help you with your business or be a business partner, and then he's like trying to ask you out or, you know, use you for other reasons, for maybe sexual reasons. How do you handle? How do you cut it off? How do you manage that?
Most times when I get to perceive your intentions before you come straight at it, I'm a very open person. I just put it out there. And I'll just say to you, oh, is this what you want? What do you want to achieve? I always, if I'm being followed very well, most people keep saying, oh, Messi is too serious. Messi is so straightforward. Doesn't she even have time to have fun? And I'm like, Messi is purpose driven. Before I even do anything with you, I want to know where the end point is. I want to know what your look ahead is. I want to know what you really want to achieve with this. Is it mutual? What are you going to get from it? What am I going to get from it? So if it's something I'm not really clear about, why move on with it? When you give me the attitude of, oh, you're trying to get something that I cannot offer, I tell you from the starting point, I cannot offer. And it's a guy here. We think like ladies, we know we have our female powers. Most people still want to try. I tell, oh, bring the money forward, get your product, and you're done. And I've just done what I want to do.
You're very
true. At the end of the day, there wouldn't be a loss in the business.
Wow, well said. Who's logged on? Timmy, are you there? Timmy, so what are your comments on this? On like how women are treated in the whole business entrepreneur industry, yada, yada, yada?
Well, personally, on that issue, it's difficult for me to put myself in their shoes, you know, because it's but you know, from a few experiences and that of staff, I can say a few experiences from staff, you know, and listening, trying to be empathetic about the situation. I can say that it's really a terrible mess. And it's even much more terrible because of the likely plausible chauvinistic environment that we find ourselves, and the lack of an active policy framework that caters for the importance of nipping these things to the board, you know. So I think we have some policy lacks as regards these issues, because you see, bad behavior continues to thrive in an environment where good behavior is not encouraged and bad behavior is not punished. So I think there's no much of a severe punishment as to these key issues. And then in the workplace, and then also is the fact that the challenge of mindsets, you know, so there are some organizations that are focused on the girl child. I think it's an opportunity also to focus on the boy child. Because no matter how much you tell.
Thank you.
Stephen, wait your turn. I want to
because everybody are saying that now as if it's the only female that have been abused. Male don't pass through the same thing.
Stephen, hold on. Stephen, I want Timmy to finish up his point. Timmy, you want to finish up your point, then Stephen can go on. Timmy, are you there?
I'm here. I can hear you.
Yeah, finish up your point.
Are not properly encultured, like Shakespeare said, the child becomes the father of the man. So the boy becomes the man that sees things likely from that perspective because of poor enculturing. So these are key societal issues. And it's quite pathetic that you know, they're just everywhere. But I can't properly say that I can put myself in the shoes of women, but I can tell you for free that it's a lot. It's a whole lot, you know.
It's a whole lot. Steven, what do you have to say? I know you want to just like go out, like just talk about it. So what are your comments on this? Wait, I don't know. You're on mute. Hold on.
Because when you
Steven, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Unmute your mic. Okay.
Can you?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. I believe that it's not only the female are being harassed. Okay. I work in the pageantry world for more than 10 years thereabouts. I was a coach of one of the biggest pageants. I won't mention the name of the biggest. I know definitely she knows the name of the pageant, and I see quite a number of girls who even, I wouldn't want to use the word. I do photography. I do modeling photography at times also then. And then you see even ladies who make passes. So, it's more or less that sometimes like an harassment. And to me, I think it's an harassment. So don't let us go on the route that only the female are being harassed. Male too are being harassed. Let us tell you the truth. Even in the industry that I even work, which even see, Timmy is already laughing because he knows that it happens. We also face the same thing. When female come to harass you and say, "See, come, what is wrong with you? Are you a kid?" And you even have advances from even maybe little older women than you who still feel like, okay, you still have a small virtue in you. Let us tap into the virtue. So the truth about it is, and I'll be very sincere. Okay, I went to speak at an event, and the lady said, "Oh, would you please call me? And would you please call me? Let's talk." And you get into an office, and then she's giving you all the, well, Sister Salmon. Okay, are you married? Are you engaged? Okay, what if we just caught? And you're looking like, okay, are you joking? But the truth about it is just like male also on several cases are being harassed, whether we like it or not. There are abuses, maybe 20%, maybe 10%. These are factual issues. These are factual facts that we do not face.
So if you
it
if you guys are watching the comments and you feel like you're a guy, you're an entrepreneur, you've experienced this, like comment, let us know your story, let us know your thoughts. I have a comment here from a couple of people, right? So Rosie said, I know, right? I say all the time, my business is not for everybody. And this is in response to what Mercy said. Uche also said, know your customers. So there's somebody here who's hailing Queen Mercy. Queen Mercy, see as you find like today's bread, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, so here's a comment from one of my favorite viewers, Jamal. Hi, Jamal. He says, greetings, everyone. An established niche is one important characteristic shared by all successful businesses and entrepreneurs. In establishing your niche, you and your business will distinguish itself from your competitors, thereby increasing the market and demand for your goods or services. Once your niche and brand recognition are established, it is important to offer your goods or services at a competitive price. I find that neither your customers nor clients or customers will. Jamal, we're waiting for the rest of that comment. That's really good. And this actually is a good segue to my next question about competition. Do you guys experience a lot of now that you have a palm oil brand, Mercy, do you see other people trying to do palm oil like you? Peace, your makeup, do you see girls competing with you, trying to go for that celebrity? Steven, in your own, people who take from you, learn your skill, try to establish their own. And Timmy, what about you? Talk to us about competition in Nigeria as a challenge.
But is the problem the competition? I just want to pull out something here, and I want to use this period to address a lot of entrepreneurs. Sorry, just give me the opportunity. Coming to competition. You start up your own clothing line. The same dress I can get from somebody for 3,000, I will see somebody put the same dress up on WhatsApp for 8,500. Please, do you need competition? You don't need a lot of competition in it, really. Like, it's amazing how people are just startups and they skyrocket their price like I'm already a Beyonce. And I ask myself, how? Even me that I can actually take care of myself, I still bring the price to the market price and go about marketing and how to boost the product, how to make people know it more before you add that little thing up there. So when it comes to competition, I really think if your planning is wrong, it starts with planning. If your planning is wrong, you don't get it right at the beginning. I want to sell the palm oil, and I know that in the market, this thing is sold for 2,500, and I take it my own to 4K because I am Queen Mercy.
Makes no sense. If you're going to be competitive, be reasonable, right?
We're talking about competition.
Right,
Yeah.
Jamal said, if you're going to be competitive, look at the market value, look at what people are selling at, like make sure
exactly what Jamal is saying. That's it.
Yes.
That's because the truth is, everyone has something unique. There's something unique about Peace Ibadan's makeup. When she touches your face, you know, oh, this is Peace's touch. There's something unique about somebody else's own. If you have to, sometimes your personality could sell you out. Anybody could know that. I turn to Mercy, and when she says A, it's A. If she sells anything, I know it's the best of it. That's the strength I have in the market.
Amazing. Steven, I feel like you want to competition.
Okay, yeah, because she said it all. But the problem, I know that, and I'll be very sincere and factual here. A lot of young entrepreneurs today go to seminars and they listen to a lot of jargons these motivational speakers tell them. You know,
exactly.
how to sell your brand in 24 hours, and the whole world you stand as a global brand. I hear jargons all these Nigerian motivational speakers speak. You know, they feel like when they finish speaking at an event, they feel like they can go back home and take something that is worth only 2,000 naira. And then you see girls who sells only lipstick that you can buy at Oja Onyibu. You see them saying that they're selling for 20,000 naira. Man, are you okay? You know, this is the truth. You know, they listen to too much of jargons these motivational speakers speak to them. You know, I was once in that world when you hearing, okay, you can do it. But listen to me. Did you teach them the proactive steps in doing it? Oh, I made this millionaire in so years. How I fly a jet. Most of them only fly commercial airline once, you know, and they were even in economy seats, not even business class. So the truth about it is, you know, let us be very proactive and be very realistic with ourselves in our approaches and our steps, that what we hear and what we digest. And we should be very realistic. There are thoughtful times when you sit down to yourself and speak the truth to yourself. You know, there are times when I speak the truth to myself and say, come, Steven, do you watch what you say? You know, and how much do you build up to yourself, build up more than even what you do? You know, the truth about it, that's just the truth. And that's the second one, is just like, how much do you carve a niche for yourself? In the industry, what sets you apart? When you hear the brand, the name, you know, Nia Black, you know, I know Nia Black is my mentor. You know, when I hear Nia Black Studios, I feel like, okay, you know, there's something different about her. There's something different about her. How many of the people, even in the makeup industry, have carved a niche for themselves? You know, for me, when I started, I had to look at myself and say, Sika, I don't want to be the random photographers. I don't want to be a random filmmaker. Let me carve a niche for myself. And I looked at myself and say, what do you do? And I asked myself, you know, I do development stories. I do development photography, which I can work with the UN. I can work with the World Bank. And I tell you, this is something that's taken me across the world, taking pictures, you know, working with the UN, telling stories around child's rights, you know, because I've been able, and people ask you a question, how did you do it? I say, because I am not a photographer like you. You are commercial. Do you understand what I'm saying? Carving a niche for yourself in the industry that can spot you out at any time. You know, I remember I found myself in the oil and gas sector, and I had to go and do research. I said, do we have oil and gas sector photographer? And I see that there was none. So I got to an oil and gas conference, and they asked me, what do you do? I said, I do more of oil and gas reporting, media reporting, you know, coverage. And so, are you interested in coming to social conference to come and cover? And secondly, when it gets to issue of negotiating skills, not even negotiating skills in terms of giving offers to clients also want to hear what you have different from the specimen, and what do I call it? Vendor B, you know. I got to a customer and he was asking me, Steven, do you only do live streaming? And I said to him, if I do live streaming for you, I will have social media. But the other vendor is charging him for social media, but it wouldn't take you anything for you to just do social media for him. It wouldn't take me anything for me to record, and I said you will get the record debit, the recorded CD of all the events when I live stream for you, and I'll just do short video. Before we finish the event, I have copied the video for you. So it's not that you're waiting later for you to get it. So there was a core niche for me to get into the industry. So I was getting referral. Oh, from South African Commerce of Chambers, I go, American Embassy wants to do something. Would you like to do it? Definitely I would like to do it. I put it on my social media, Steven streaming live at the US consulate. And people say, hey, can I follow you? You know, it was just that way. And at the end of the day, I was marketing myself. I was using the social media to create a buzz for myself in the marketplace. And before you know it, let me just tell you the truth, and this is my final say. Do not listen to all those Jack Robinson and those jack shit, those motivational speakers, and tell you be realistic with your goal and your life. Makeup artists will say, okay, they call me for a makeup, and you are charging your clients. Okay, can you go and bring 200,000 naira? I have done a work of photography for an event, for a wedding, for only 5,000 naira before. But that 5,000 naira generated more than 5,000 naira for me because I got referral, because I was doing my things differently. The guy said, I love the passion you used to do this, because I was doing my thing in a way exclusive way, different from the way other photographers are. Photographers would dress.
No, well said. You made a good point. I have to cut in here. People are really commenting. I want to go through some comments. I want to come to you, Peace, and talk about the kind of competitions you face and how you overcome them in Nigeria. So some comments that are here are really good. Ogechi, it's a really good friend of mine. She said, there is competition, but there is no need for competition. We can all win, right? And then Doyin said, who defines my reasonable? Do you know what effort anyone puts in their business? We can answer this later, maybe offline. But Warren, a really good friend of mine, Warren said, in business, there will be lots of people that want to emulate your calling, but they cannot copy your gifting. Okay? Okay with the word.
Deep.
That's it.
Okay with the word.
That's my godfather.
We have more comment. Hold on. So Candy said, this is giving me life on this Saturday. So if you guys feel like you're not doing a good job, people are really eating this up. This is good. So bring the energy. Keep coming. So Izuchukwu Atwe, you said, one of the biggest scams is motivational speakers who promise to teach you how to make money for a fee. I counter it and say, no one likes me enough to teach me how to make $1 million by charging $2K, right? So you guys, today, Stephen has thrown shades on makeup artists. Stephen has thrown shades on photographers. Stephen has thrown some shade on motivational speakers, and it keeps coming. But Peace, I want to go to you. Tell us a little bit about the competition you face in the makeup industry in Nigeria.
Okay. When I started makeup, the competition, like 7 years ago, I doubt if there was any competition at all. There was no competition because makeup artists were quite few. So makeup was not a thing then. Do you understand? So people can just go for parties without wearing makeup, or they can just do their makeup themselves. But now it's a different ball game entirely. Like,
wow,
we have thousands of makeup artists out there. Thousands. Like, you wake up every morning and you go on Instagram and you see, and not just makeup artists, good makeup artists. Like, they do a lot of clean jobs, and you be like, oh my God, who is this person? She's so good. And these are like upcoming makeup artists. And the thing about a lot of our clients are not loyalists. They're never loyal to never. So it just among them, I don't want to say everyone, we still have quite a few of them, of the loyal ones. But the rest of them, you know how much do you charge? This is my price. They'll be like, okay, maybe I'll get back to you. So they just call other makeup artists, and they go for someone that charges, the least. And that's it. So, but the thing is, I don't actually allow any of these things get to me. My client, the thing is, I'm not the makeup artist for everybody, no. Like, I have my target market, and if you come and you can't afford it, my prices are actually very affordable. And I have well-trained staff, staff. So if you can't afford my own price, you should be able to afford my staff. And we actually do almost the same thing. So we actually have prices for everybody in our company. Like, yes, we have prices for everyone. So I don't let that competition out there tie me down, to be honest. Because I know my worth. I know how far I have come. And let me just use the word, I have paid my dues. Yes, I have.
Okay, girl.
So, the thing is, we start off like this. Yeah, we did the 1K job. We've done the 1,000 job, the 2,000 jobs. Like, if I have free job.
Okay, we lost Peace again. She was dropping some major nuggets, but I want to ask you guys this question about this whole international idea that Nigerians are scammers, right? So have you guys ever experienced it with your business, like maybe trying to work with international brands and them saying, oh, you're Nigerian, they don't want to work with you? Have you guys had those experiences before? How do you feel about that? Stephen and Mercy, since you guys are the only ones on.
A lot. Let Mercy go first.
Oh, Mercy. Okay, Stephen wants you.
I don't think that's safe at this point. Stevie should have a better experience on that because I think it's a general.
Stephen, wait, before you go, let me ask Mercy this. So, Mercy, have you ever had situations where people don't want to work with you, but want to work with international brands? Let's say that. Like right now in Nigeria, the Chinese are infiltrating Nigerian like business landscape, right? So have you ever had a situation where people are like, oh no, they don't want to work with you, they want to work with more international, other people? Have you had that experience, Mercy, at all?
Definitely. If you're in business and you do international collaborations, you definitely should have met that, especially after the popular, should I say that or should I not say that? The whole that's the guy hush puppy, the whole hush puppy thing. And you don't want to go there. I think I should just drop down Steven. Steven should just.
All right, take it away. Steven and Peace is back. Steven, take it away. Then we're going to slowly round up, guys. We're an hour, 10 minutes.
So okay. like I've seen a lot of instances where you even while I was in Nigeria, you want to do anything with anybody and they ask you, where are you from? And even let's take the issue of payment gateway system. We were using PayPal at the time. We were using credit card at the time to pay things. And when the bad eggs came in, the young bad eggs came in, and we couldn't use it. Our gateway was closed. But in other African countries who are not even up to our level, you go to some countries like I'm sorry, all apology, but I won't mention. But some countries were developing countries, not up to the level at which Nigeria was, and you see them that pay their credit card gateway payment system was working, but because there was a level of trust issues with Nigerians, even generally with Africans, at the time, generally with Africans that, because you're Africans, you cannot do this. We have a lot of limitations given to us because of trust issues. But sometimes you want to work with probably an international client. I remember when I went to Atlanta at the time and I wanted to work with an organization, there were a lot of few things, a lot of people have told them, oh, Nigerians are this, Nigerians are that, Nigerians are this and Nigerians are that. You get the vibes everywhere you go to. Even, you get the vibes everywhere you go to. And then when you tell them, see, come, I'm different, I'm different. And the person says, oh, I heard that Nigerians steal. Oh, Nigerian does this. And then you look at the person and say, are you joking? If one Nigerian has done something, we have a lot of Americans who are scammers. Don't let us hide under the carpet. We have corrupt people in government places in the US. Let's just be very realistic with ourselves. But most of them, they have a way of, protecting the image and the brand of their country. There is scam everywhere. Don't let us hide under it. And then the guy said to me, and then I kept on working with them. I started working with them. At the end of the day I was leaving there, I remember that the boss looked up to me and said, now he was crying and said, see, I've never seen such an exceptional person like you. Wow. That's exactly that. One person would kill that impression that they have about your country. So I think that it's a myopic mindset. It's a myopic mindset, and it doesn't call for every other person. If one person is doing, does not mean that the 99% of the people are doing it. There's corruption everywhere. Let's just take it that way.
Well said, Stevie. We're going to slowly wrap up right now, but I do want to ask you guys this question. Is there a big difference right now between entrepreneurship of back in the day, like in the time of our parents, right? We call them traders, right? Especially the Igbos. Is there like a big difference with entrepreneurship back in the day and today? What would you guys say? Is there a huge difference? Is there a cultural difference overall? Steven, you can, we have Peace. Peace is back. Peace, are you hearing me?
Okay.
Yeah, Peace is back.
Yeah, sorry, my internet is such a mess today.
It's okay. Everyone understands because you guys are in Nigeria. I'm here. We understand, the issues. Don't even worry. Today is fine. So my question, oh no, Stephen is not in Nigeria. Sorry. But for you, Mercy, Peace, and Stephen again. So what is the difference between like entrepreneurship back in the day, in the time of our parents, and now today? Overall. Any responses? Huh?
I think in terms of digitalization, things revolve. When you talk about digitalization, which is technology based, life has turned to be different. we have the robotic, we have the artificial intelligence, we have people are using the laptops, people can use the phone. Life has become very easy. I hear that in an organization, some people relieve a lot of staff because technology has taken over the space of the space and the mind of the people who are supposed to be working there. So technology is doing their work now, so they should go and sit down and look for other jobs. So I think that things has evolved beyond place. I worked in a bit in Amazon, and then you see the robots. Robots were the one doing majority of the work, and they said that very soon they're going to lay off all the staffs, and the robot is going to do.
What about in Nigeria? Stephen, can you hear me? What about in Nigeria? So like Amazon in America, in Nigeria too, like is it different? Like more technology, more use of technology.
Yeah, there are more technology. Yeah, there's a lot of use of technology. If you go to, you see, now most of all this Facebook and all these guys, Google, have relocated to Nigeria. Not even located to any African country. They're all relocated to Yaba, Sabo, and then you see that, the things have changed in terms of even technology, artificial intelligence and all, even in Africa, even in Nigeria. Talk about Rwanda, talk about the level of technology in Rwanda, talk about the Wakanda city that is taking place very soon. So it's the truth about it for you as a person to know and ask, see that technology has taken the space of everything. Politics, governance, business, religion, technology have taken the space of even religion. Now we have church. Even the Deeper Life those years, who says that they shouldn't watch television, now have a television station. They now have high-tech use of technology in their church. So it's just to tell you that things have changed in the faces of everything. Food, now you can order for food online. Now you can learn anything online. Education is so simple. COVID has given us a lot of eye opener to what we can do, even in Nigeria. COVID has opened the eyes of even churches that you can pay your tithe online. You can buy anything, you can toast online, you can do marriage online. How many people know that we can do marriage online than spending money on Owambe? But now you can call all your family and say, "Siko, this is the password, this is the user ID." And you don't need to spend any money. I pray that this COVID go on before I do my wedding. We'll just do wedding online. Everybody just stay in your house and we just pop champagne together. So I don't need to bring any other people together to say I'm paying for hall, I'm paying for everything. Everything I'm paying for the hall on Zoom. Zoom is the hall that I'm paying for. And I'm paying for the
I don't want to, we're running low on time. Mercy, do you have any comments to add, like how things have changed?
Yes,
this is running too long.
Compared to, should I say our father's days, but compared to those days now, we have a lot of exposure. Now, I think the exposure is more. When it comes to entrepreneurship, in those days, we only have people in politics who know the tricks about it, making their money. We only have few very rich men who was opportune to dabble into such kind of exposure that opened their mind to the possibilities of putting up these things together for themselves. The exposure wasn't really so much. But now the world is advanced. We have a lot of people doing it. We have smarter people, like a whole number of smarter people right now in the world of entrepreneurship. You have people who are learning it every day. You have people who are getting on this thing. It's not like those days. Those days you could, I'm sure, like if you check people's fathers, out of 20 fathers, only one tried and put up a company. The other one probably wants to, they might even try, and at the end of the day, let's just feed today, and once you can eat morning, afternoon, and evening food, tomorrow will continue. Tomorrow will take care of itself, like they always say. But now we have people who are a lot more exposed to the nitty-gritties, what it really takes. And we have people doing the enjoyable part about it is, one thing that excites me about entrepreneurship is the way ladies, the females, are dabbling into it. Like, I love the passion. I love to see the confidence in them. I love to see the way they come out with all these things. Like, I'm not scared about it now. I want you guys to know this is who I am. Somebody just said, I'm a proud pepper seller, right? On the comment section sometimes. That's it. You can't have that before. But you can, having females dabbling into entrepreneurship, it's a big deal at that time. But today, it's something being encouraged. So I think the exposure is a lot more. It's better. People are getting to know or carry out exploits, perform exploits. It's actually a better one.
Well said, Queen Mercy. Okay, so I'm going to read this comment. I think I put it up earlier. Always. Ibokwe said, especially tailors. That's true. But this is a comment. Yeah, my brother got married on Zoom. This is in response to what Stephen was saying. And then Rosie said, personally, I've had several bad experiences working with Nigerians in Nigeria. They never deliver my job and don't keep to time. But you know what? We're going to slowly close out, you guys. I want to thank everyone who's been watching. To my panel, we lost 2 people. Connection in Nigeria can be crazy. We know that. Final words, very, very brief. Final words before I close this out, you guys.
Okay, maybe I should go first. Okay, I should go first.
Yeah.
I would want to say for anyone who's going into entrepreneurship, try to have something extra, something that stands you out. Just like Timmy rightly said, if you're doing makeup artistry, you should think of maybe having a product along the line. If you're doing just anything you're doing, think of adding that thing that people can say, oh, this is what makes you unique. It's not just about going into the general business. I could want to sell palm oil, but I'm going to bring my brand as QM palm oil and tell you why you have to go for QM palm oil and not just palm oil. So just do that something, that extra thing that makes you stand out from the crowd.
From the crowd. Stephen, final words, very brief, very short, so we can close this out.
The first thing is just be yourself. And never rely on the government because nothing productive can come out from them.
Mm-hmm.
And never listen to motivational speakers because it's you're just going to daydream. You know, the next one, which is the last one, is be yourself and build yourself and develop yourself because you're the masterpiece of your future. Because nobody else can build a future for you. Just be very realistic with your dream. Shikina.
Awesome. I want to just thank everyone who's been watching, you guys. It's been amazing. My panelists, thank you so much. Mercy, thank you, Stephen. Peace, who her connection got bad. She had to hop out. And Timmy, I want to just thank you guys so much. Everyone who's watched, thanks for watching Conversations with Nia. I hope you guys enjoyed today's topic. Did you guys enjoy it? Let me know. Comment below if you did. And so for sponsorship, for ads, and for guest appearances, make sure you email niablackstudios@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.